Oh, people, this is Power here with the review of the DX Zi-O Ridewatch II from Kamen Rider Zi-O. This is the power-up of Kamen Rider Zi-O because this thing does not count. And it's just an evolution of Zi-O, which I really do like. Obviously, you can see Kamen Rider Zi-O, and obviously the year is actually written, AD 2018, despite him getting this in February of 2019. Compatibility, nothing. The back has more Zi-O 2, and back's just kind of general. So let's get into it. So here's the Zi-O Ridewatch II, and obviously it's pretty big. Not as huge, it's actually the same size of Decade. If I actually zoom out. So if you compare it to here, it's shorter, but it's still the same length, basically, because the boxes are the exact same. But obviously, as you can see, there's a lot of chrome gold, which looks really nice. And I love the silver on the main face. As you can see here, it's just the main Zi-O face just lit up a lot, and instead of the outer circle being blue, it's now gold. Obviously, Zi-O's emitting light, and I just think that looks really cool. And that reflection looks pretty neat. As you can see here, the Zi-O mark. Here are the tracks. We'll get to them later. The battery cover, the button, as you can see there. Just to get on with this, to separate the two, you just twist this up, and then you snap them like so. So then they separate into two different watches. This is the main watch of the Zi-O Ridewatch II, as this one holds all the sounds. Obviously, as to why the pull tabs here and why the QR code's here, while this one is just there. I do appreciate it though, so that's basically it. We will actually take a look at this. As you can see here, here's Zi-O 2, if it actually does not focus on me. I do really like it. I like how it's technically in the same style, but there's like now inconsistencies because like this whole part is chrome, so like it looks nice and all, but now it's just like there's nothing to turn, and it's literally kind of just the base of it, so it's kind of the smallest ones. And also, like, the speakers are down here instead of, you know, coming out of here, just because how it works, because this only has two AAAs, no, two LR44s, so it's literally like a Gashapon candy toy one, just DX style, but these ones are actually pressable. QR code for Butba Gamba, and the track is 024. So this one, again, it's just the ride watch face just pushed in. You can actually take it off because it's just on these clips. Why can't I put it on? There. And nothing on the back, just a trans stamp and the same track of 024. And then you get this thing. So snap it back together by these two clips seen here. And as you can see, there's this thing plugging it to here. So you clip them in and just push this forward. Now we pull the tab out and just activate it. Obviously, as you can see, it's a different press sound, or yeah. And I really like how much force you have to press the button. So I like how non-springy it is. Now, obviously, that description is pretty neat, and just kind of in general for power-ups as a whole, they don't have the ticking sound just like the Gashpon Candy Toy campaign and buildable ones. So I understand why that is and such. So obviously to set the ride watch, do the same thing. Separate them. It's supposed to be, I'm pretty sure each voice is supposed to voice both of these, but because of the fact this is the only one that has sounds, it does both. I wish there was surreal sound, but even by itself this actually has sounds. As you get the normal ride watch button sound. But the same description. So clipping them back together, just like so, and now let's use the G-Code driver. So here's the G-Code driver. Obviously we're gonna activate this thing. So we're just gonna we're gonna slide them into their respective sides, but simultaneously, so then it's show accurate. So you get this new standby, which is really neat, and then you get the same screen as what you would normally get for this. So obviously I already pressed it because I'm being show accurate. So as you can see, I do really like the fact that the sounds for this are an evolution of this, which I really appreciate. I appreciate the voice that normally only does the vocal, or not vocal stuff, the speaking parts actually is a part of the jingle. Because I think you're supposed to get the perspective, or not perspective, I don't know the wording, but you're supposed to get the idea that both of these have their own voice, which I would have liked, but I know would have made it more expensive and they just wanted this to be cheap. But I actually do think this looks neat on the driver. And then obviously with the screen being like Rider, it's kind of generic. I think that's why they don't really show it in the show. But also it ends with Rider, because the screen as a whole is Rider next, which somewhat makes sense, but not really. So obviously to do the finisher, just press the button. So the finisher here is the twice time break, which I actually really do like. Just like the mirrored watches, it would just say attack because the only like attacks programmed in here are the time break and time burst, and technically because the track they're using here is generic, so it doesn't really apply to anything. So obviously just checked this out, and then obviously just you can use this on this side. I'm not going to bother slotting this one in. So basically the rider text is rainbow, but then like it ends in green because green's the generic color. again, it's just different timing and such. It's not happening to me right now, but I actually do have a difficult time trying to get this one out, because normally it will just get stuck in here and then it will trigger all the sounds again. It's kind of bothersome, but anyways, I'm just going to show technically how Sogo wanted to use this initially, because he presses it here for some reason, which I don't understand why he would if he knew this wasn't a button, but this is what would have happened if he actually attempted to use this in the driver. So yeah, because of this track specifically not having a sound for when you spin it, so it's just going to be blank. So not going to bother doing the time break and such. But I really do like these two together. We're going to use the Zax because I don't have the G-Con grade, so it's on. I have to keep my mistakes because I already left 2 mistakes on like 2 videos already. So I would just turn it off because this one is actually longer. I really like this one. Last but not least, just that. So overall, with the Zi-O Ridewatch II, I really do like this toy. If it could just stand up. I really do think it's a really neat ride watch. It's pretty nice. Like, I think this just looks really nice. Like I stated before, I like the chrome. I like the silver paint. I don't think this chrome will scratch off. I really like just this. I really just like this ride watch overall. I really like the form, I like the sounds. It's technically the only ride watch we currently have right now to produce the 3rd standby, which kind of sucks that we might not get it until V Cinemas. So that really sucks. Obviously, I think it's a really neat ride watch just to get, because technically it's our 3rd official one that are like these two, so you can actually like pair them up with other ride watches, which I didn't show just because of time and such. But overall, you can find it for $20 or so. I do think it's pretty worth getting. So that's basically it for this review. So this is PowerRider, and I'll leave you. Bye.